Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan storms Senate office, resumes duties.
All right, so we got some, we moved a bit forward in the Natasha case yesterday. Her office was unsealed, and she was granted access into the NAS premises. Though she arrived, I saw the video, she arrived with quite a crowd, but she and some of her faithful were allowed to enter and the rest were kept out. And there is every indication that she would resume on October 7. And it is said that a source has told the Vanguard that she will be asked to apologize on the floor of the Senate. But guess what? She remains defiant and says, I'm not going to apologize, and I respect her for that. Who is she apologizing to? And for what? Listen to what she says here. She says that I'm going to be quite limited with what I'll say. Okay, in weeks to come, I'll have more to say. So I'm actually worried as to what apology they expect from me. You can't apologize for an injustice. And may I remind the good people of Nigeria that the document that led to my illegal suspension, which is a recommendation Senator Maxwell read, was actually written by the office of the Senate President. The signatures that endorsed the recommendations were not willful signatures. There was only a tender sheet that was attached. That means the entire document that read and pronounced my suspension was listed with fraud. This is just one illegality upon the other, and I think in Nigeria we should respect such things. I think it's actually appalling that such amount of illegality and fraud can occur in the National Assembly. And then she concludes, so if they are expecting me to apologize, I'm sorry, I don't have these words, and if that is the condition for opening this office, then I think we have a long dance to make. Thank you. Akpabio is not more of a senator than I am. This is the truth. How much have we had to face and sacrifice in the past 6 months and survive? Happened in the full globe of Nigerians. We survived the blockade of roads and waterways into Kogi. We had to fly in using the helicopter. We survived the blackmail from the so-called woman. This is another word, I don't want to be part of any of this thing. But it talks about the woman on Facebook. You know, it's amazing what we had to survive. I give God the Almighty the glory and my deepest appreciation, and so on and so forth. And she says there is still hope for Nigeria. I respect this woman. However, I would caution that she tread carefully so that she is not, one, misunderstood, and secondly, she also has to think about denying her people the representation. They've been denied for about 6 months now, and that is quite heavy. So she also has to think at the end of the day that it's not just about her, it's not just about women folk, but it's also about the people that she represents that are being denied representation. So she needs to put these things in a balance. But it's not over yet, apparently.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And by the way, excuse me, the Senate, they are on 2-week recess, I think so.
Yeah, it was extended.
Extended by 2 weeks. So, yeah, let's see what happens when the Senate finally resumes.
Do you think they're buying time by doing that?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I don't
so why was it extended?
I don't know the reason given, but there's got to be a reason.
Reason given is different from what you think could be the reason.
So there was a reason.
There must be a reason.
Yeah, exactly. So there must be a reason. I mean, it's what they...
I suspect that they want to see what they can do within the 2 weeks, because that woman is going to make a grand entry any day that they open that place, and there's likely to be fireworks. So I think that they want to buy time for the 2 weeks to make sure that everything is settled as much as possible. Quote and unquote, the Nigerian way. After all, like they always say, it is a family matter.
Indeed. Let's go to our next story. Tenure elongation. Nigerians will resist Tinubu's stay beyond 2027. ADC.
Yes, I've seen the back and forth about whether the president would want to stay beyond. He hasn't even won his re-election in 2027. But yes, I can understand understand the anxiety of people who might be inclined to think that he would stay beyond 2027. I hope not. I hope not, because it will plunge this country into the biggest crisis ever seen. But I hope not. But I can't say boldly that it will not happen. I can't say that. Even if as of now the president hasn't thought of it, as time moves on and with the kind of National Assembly and politicians that we have, I can't say boldly that there will not be an attempt. How far it will be resisted will depend largely on how far the president himself goes from now till this second or third year after 2027. But again, it will be a factor then. Whether you like it or not, the president is old. And even though his age is put at 73, I mean, all of us know that Baba is not 73, so there'll also be an age factor. And Nigeria is a funny place, but I don't trust my politicians. And one of the reasons why one should be worried is this: if you have a sense of history, I don't want to quote, I don't want to ruffle feathers, but if you have a sense of history, when most places he appears, at national places, and on your mandate we shall stand is sung repeatedly, not necessarily at party level, it's worrying. These are the beginning of the signs of those of us who did history, who have a sense of history. We've seen it happen in the world before, and we hope that it doesn't repeat itself. And when you now turn around and see that there's a 92-year-old Cameroonian next door who is running for presidential election, then you know that.
By the way, one of his children has said that her father would to run again.
Somebody is going to tell you that I'm money. There's always, you see, politicians have an answer for everything. And they might say that her mother is not the woman at home, all kinds of funny things. But the man is going to win the election. He has the country tight under him. And it's happening in Africa. In fact, Ghana and South Africa are the only two countries I can think of now. Maybe Tanzania. I can think of who have had a nice relay of power. So all said and done, well, his spokesperson now has said that he will not, he does not think of time negation. But I am always afraid of a sentence that the sentence has in the middle of it, however. And the president didn't plan to run, but however, I hope that doesn't happen.
Okay.
But we still have 2027 to contend with.
Okay.